when I was young, I wasn't really very satisfied with the more dogmatic presentation of religion in which I was brought up. And I'm quite aware of having looked around, looked here, looked there, trying to find something which I would find satisfactory to myself. And I was already 26 when one day in Vienna, in Austria, I was in a cafe and was approached by a stranger. And this stranger, after some conversation, asked me if I'd ever heard of Theosophy. And in the course of his explanations, I suddenly felt, oh, this is what I'm looking for, and it really changed my life. And so I joined this organization, which I found much more able to explain many of the problems and questions that one has in one's mind. This brings us today, especially, with the enormous interest of the young people of the world into the field of meditation and yoga, which are long established legitimate means whereby the individual can be helped to find his way back to his source. God, by any name you like to call him, of course, and in the different religions they have different names, but we are thinking of the principle of oneness, which is universal and to which we all belong. No matter how far we may look in the physical universe or in the universes which are within, as it were, there is only this oneness. And because of that, everything is linked with everything else. Every aspect, every creation, every creature, every part of nature, the trees, the animals, the waters, everything is part of this wholeness. And therefore everything is interrelated and interresponsible. And this basic proposition has given rise to the first object of our society, which is universal brotherhood, without distinction of any sort at all. One can't help asking oneself the sort of question like, what is all this about? You look around the world, you see the misery and the cruelty, you know, such a lack of understanding, of love, and you wonder, is there any purpose in all this? Has the universe got some plan? Is there some divine plan that is slowly being worked out? And the only thing you can think of eventually that answers all these things in a way is that one learns. One learns. Every one of us are subject to this law, even though we won't recognize it and we don't, how shall I say, we don't pay sufficient attention to it in our lives, because I think we could guide our lives very much more sensibly and more happily if we did pay more attention to it. And this law arises from the oneness, because in the oneness, if you understand me, I am you and you are me, and therefore everything I say, apparently to you, I am saying to myself. Everything I do to you, apparently, I am doing to myself. And that is the basis of the law which in the Orient they call karma.